Good day, citizens, Vikings, Tingmen, and Shield Maidens. I'm Erik the Cat McKetten, your friendly bearded space Viking, and this is a tutorial video on the basics of Star Citizen version Alpha 2.62. If you've seen my previous tutorial videos, then you know how this will work. I'm going to walk you through the basics of the Star Citizen universe as I explore it myself. Let's begin. This is the first screen you see when you load the game up. Your choices here include the universe with Crusader, the large open world persistent universe demo. This is seamless space spanning the gravity well of a gas giant Crusader and its moons located in the Stanton system. This is, for all intents and purposes, the test bed for the solo and MMO play of the game. Area 18 is the social hub for the Stanton system. It's where you can walk around, purchase stuff, and in future get jobs and missions. Hangars are your personal hangars where you can view your ships and edit them. Contact list brings up your friends. This allows you to invite them to parties so you can try to join the same server. The next option is Star Marine, the standalone first-person shooter module. Currently, you can customize your loadout, check the leaderboards, and join public matches or create private ones. Finally, Arena Commander gets you the standalone dogfighting module. You can customize your ship loadout here, join multiple matches, practice in single player, and create public matches. Under options, we have generic game settings, graphics, audio, control settings such as inversion, and your key bindings. Here you can look at the key bindings for on foot, flight, EVA, advanced key bindings, and you can customize them down here. But let us start with the basics. We're going to go into the universe and earn ourselves some Alpha UEC, the currency of the Alpha testbed. Before I launch into the game itself, I like to configure my ship via the ship customization tool in the menus and avoid using the port modification tool that is in game right now. The in-fiction port modification tool is very new and still very buggy. Using it can cause problems that are nigh impossible to correct. So to do this, we'll go to the Arena Commander, select Ship Customization, and then choose our ship to customize. We'll use an Aurora LN as it is a starter ship. The customization tool is quite simple and elegant. On the left is a list of the various ports you can modify. Clicking on one gives you a list of anything you own or have rented that can be used on that port. You can get new weapons to try out via the robertspaceindustriescom website under Electronic Access. REC, or rental equipment credits, are used to rent these items for 7 days at a time. You earn REC in Arena Commander by participating in public multiplayer matches, both PvP and co-op. Once you have configured your ship, click Save Changes, and then Apply to Ship. Now, whenever you load this ship, it should have this default configuration. Now we go back to Universe and click Crusader. Here we can choose what region we want, USA, Best, Europe, or Australia. Choose the server you want and click Visit Spaceport. When you first load in, you will wake up in your habitat module on either Port Olisar or, for those with a less savory reputation, the abandoned Grim Hex Spaceport, now taken over by outlaws and others who don't belong in our wholesome UEE society. You will notice right away a bunch of information if you're wearing your helmet. This will include a heart rate monitor, which is a simple hologram showing your overall physical status, a list of objectives on the center of the screen, and on the right there is a bullet with a line through it that tells us this area has weapons restrictions. Pressing enter will allow us to chat on the server. If we want to change chat settings or any settings, we press right alt and question mark or / key. Pressing the same combo again turns off the 2D cursor. Pressing F12 toggles the visibility of the chat window. F1 opens your Mobi Glass, which is essentially the smartphone of the future. It is a tool on your wrist that allows you to interact with most computers in the game world. What we are mostly interested in right now is the MG Scheduler, which allows us to choose a mission to complete. Today we're going to choose a simple one, repair an array. By clicking on it, we get a brief overview of the job, and it says that the reward is 1,000 UEC. Now we can close the window by pressing F1 again, and we notice there's a new item on our heads-up display, an inverted triangle that shows our current objective. To get there, we need a ship. So we go downstairs to the center lobby. And in there we'll find a series of screens. Approaching one gives you an interaction prompt called the Inner Thoughts System. If there are multiple options, you can scroll through the floating text with your scroll wheel. Press F to interact. Choose your ship. Pay attention to where it says your ship is, because this also lets you know which of the 4 landing struts, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, or Delta, you spawned at. This can be useful information to communicate to friends. Press F again to exit the menu. Now a new HUD icon shows up. This one is a circle that shows where your ship is located. If you have a spacesuit already on, approach the airlock and interact with the console by pressing F. If you don't have a spacesuit on, approach the closet next to the airlock and interact to change clothes. Going out without a suit ends very quickly. When we reach our ship, somewhere on the side of it usually will be a prompt to enter. Press F, climb in, and enter the pilot seat if necessary. When in the seat, or any other, hold down F until the animation plays to get out of it.
Welcome to Robert Space Industries.
Once your ship is booted up, the spacebar key causes you to strafe up. Left control, strafe down. A and D, strafe left and right, respectively. Q and E, roll your ship. W and S are throttle control. And your pitch and yaw is controlled by the mouse pointer. When you lift off, press N to leave landing or precision mode, denoted by the letters PRE under the velocity ladder, and enter space combat or SCM mode. These modes determine the speed and agility of your ship. When you are flying, press left shift to afterburn, also known as engaging the cruise engines, and X to boost. Afterburn increases your speed to the maximum non-quantum drive speed of your ship. Boost simply decreases the amount of time it takes to reach maximum SCM velocity in the current direction you are going. Think of it as the sprint key, complete with stamina. Now we need to go to our mission waypoint. To do that, we press B to bring up the navigation HUD, and then point our ship at the waypoint we want to leap to. When we're pointed at the target, we'll get a circle around it. If that circle is green, we can jump there. If it's amber, like it is right now, we're going to have to find a route around. There are 2 kinds of quantum leaps. The first is a targeted leap to a waypoint. The other is what's known as a blind leap. You engage either by pressing the F key when you're in the navigation heads-up display mode. A blind leap, however, will keep you flying until you explode at the edge of space if you don't immediately jump out of it. So, we're going to engage a blind leap to get around Crusader, but we're going to stop it immediately by pressing F again as soon as we enter quantum drive.
Quantum travel initiated.
Pressing F again.
Quantum travel complete.
Now turning to target. There we go. Restore uplink. Once again, press B to bring up the navigation HUD. Now we have a green circle. We press F to quantum leap there.
Quantum travel initiate. Quantum travel complete.
Now, if you have trouble viewing the various waypoints, you can rotate your ship 90 degrees to make it easier to read, and also use the middle mouse wheel to zoom in. Once we arrive at our location, we will be set upon by vicious pirates. Combat is pretty straightforward in Star Citizen, but will take a long time to master. Do not give up if you get frustrated early. We can target the nearest hostile by pressing T. You fire your primary weapon group with mouse 1, secondary with mouse 2. Lock missiles by pressing middle mouse and fire them by holding it down. combat, your active target will have an indicator either in front of the ship if you are in target lead indicator or TLI mode, or trailing behind your crosshairs if you're in projected impact point or PIP mode. You can change these settings in the game settings by toggling flight leap pip reticule. If it's on, it follows in front of the target. If it's off, it follows behind your crosshair. These icons denote where you should aim to hit the opponent or where your rounds will impact respectively. If an enemy launches a missile at you, then you will need to counter them. You can select and drop countermeasures by pressing G to cycle them between flare for infrared and electromagnetic missiles and chaff for cross-section missiles, and then holding down G to release them. Infrared are denoted by a flame icon, EM by a lightning bolt, and cross-section by a Wi-Fi style symbol. Once we've defeated the pirates, we need to restart the comm array to complete the mission and earn our 1000 Alpha UEC. We exit the pilot seat by coming to a stop and holding down the F key. Once out of our ship, the EVA controls work the same as the flight controls. Fly into the station, and then we'll go down to the console and interact with it the same way we did with any other console by pressing the F key.
System startup initiated.
This powers up the comm array, and 1,000 credits will be deposited into our account. Now we can return to our ship to fly to the nearest fuel station to get repaired, rearmed, and refueled if necessary. Anything called Cryastro Service Station is a repair and restock location.
Quantum travel.
Find one using B to pull up the navigation HUD, and then F to quantum leap. Here's where we learn how to land. It's a simple process that can be done almost entirely automatically. Approach the service station and the landing pads.
Hey, traveler. Thanks for stopping by Cryastro, the Empire's repair, refuel, and restocking one-stop solution. Got into a little scrape, huh? We can patch the damage up if you like.
As you get close, press N to switch to landing mode.
Landing gear deployed.
You will find your velocity and maneuvering have been capped to make it easier to make precision maneuvers. The nearest compatible landing pad will be highlighted. Approach that pad.
Landing request.
And when over it,
Autopilot.
hold down N again to initiate the automatic landing procedure. Once the procedure starts, you can release N. The ship will land on its own, and then you will be presented with a Mobi-Glass menu to arrange for any repairs and restocking you may need. Once all this is done, we can take off again by pressing spacebar to strafe up, and then N to exit landing mode.
Stand by. Restocking ammunition.
And now, if we had any UEC left over, or if we've got an extra, we can go to Port Olisar or even Area 18, purchase new clothing, armor, and weapons. There you go. That's the basics of how to log in, configure your ship, call up your ship, take off, fly around, do a mission, land, repair and refuel, etc. For more information, as you go out into the verse, use that chat function to ask for help, look for other tutorials both here and elsewhere, and of course, watch the streamers who stream the game daily, because nobody knows more about it than they do. And until next time, may all your foreheads grow like the mighty oak.